everyone and welcome to my summer book haul. I haven't done a book haul all summer, which is not like me, and I've ended up now with a ton of physical books and ebooks. All my physical ones are in this tote bag here, and while there is still room in here, I figured it's probably time to finally empty this and just leave more room for more books essentially, and get these books hauled on here and on my shelf. So let's get into it. First one to mention here is the Skullduggery Pleasant Armageddon Out of Here, the definitive story collection so far. This is by Derek Landy and it is a collection of short stories based in the world of Skullduggery Pleasant. I've already read the 6 new short stories in here, absolutely love them as always. It helped fill a slightly big hole in my heart where Skullduggery has sort of left because the series has ended, but this sort of tided me over until the new Derek Landy book comes out. I absolutely love it as always, and it was a 5-star read. We also have Carrie Hope Fletcher's The Double Trouble Society. This is a middle grade book all about 2 young girls who live next door to each other in a town where there was a witch 300 years ago who killed 12 children and needs the 13th to become immortal, and all of a sudden a witch moves in next door. And this was so much fun. I absolutely loved it. I love like the female friendship in this one. I loved like the witchy nature of it. Obviously it felt very sort of like Halloweeny in its way, and I had a really good time reading it, and I gave it 4 stars. I then have Dougie Pointer's The Whale Watchers. This is a middle grade about 2 kids who end up in Scotland with their marine biologist mother, and they have to save a beached whale. This is so much fun. It was a really good, really like reassuring read in terms of even when you do feel hopeless about like the climate and sort of plastic pollution and all the rest of it and feel like you can't do that much. It's really reassuring in the sense that even the smallest thing you can do, it still makes a massive difference to our environment. I really loved it. I also love that there's a section at the back with like a thesaurus in it, as well as like some facts and also ways you can help with like climate change, plastic pollution, all the rest of it. Really enjoyed it. 5 stars. I then have 2 comics that I've also read. The first one is Die by the Blade. This is the 3rd and final one in the Kelly Thompson Black Widow series because the series got cancelled, but this is following Natasha after she has been brainwashed, that kind of thing. She's kind of dealing with the aftermath of that, dealing with the fact that she has basically lost her child and her husband that she thought she had, because they're now in witness protection, and trying to figure out exactly what happened. This one is really fun specifically because there's like ballroom dancing, which I love. We see more from like Natasha's past as well. The art style is really fun. The ballroom dancing scenes were really fun. I just had a really good time with this and I gave it 4 stars. Apologies if I'm in a different angle now, my camera battery died. So anyway, I then went on to Strange Academy Witchcraft. This is the 3rd volume in the series, and we are following obviously young magic users of the Strange Academy School of the Marvel Universe as they are taught magic, and in this one the kids are getting a bit rebellious, and that's all I'll say because of spoilers. But apart from that, I did really enjoy this one. I really liked the art style in here as well, and how it was getting like progressively darker, things like this, and I generally really enjoyed it and gave it 4 stars as well. Then as of this morning, I also got There's a Bear in Your Book by Tom Fletcher. This is a picture book obviously, and it's like a bedtime story, and it's really interactive, all the rest of it, and it's the next one in the There's Something in Your Book. Previously there's been like monster, alien, dragon, elf, all of that kind of thing, and this was a really cute, really fun bedtime story, really interactive, definitely good for young ones, and I gave it 5 stars. And then on to the things I have not read. So I only have 2 physical books that I haven't read, and then I have quite a few ebooks. So the first thing that I haven't read yet is The Final Strife. This one is, it says, the Empire rules by blood. Red is the blood of the elite of magic of control. They are the embers. Blue is the blood of the poor, the workers of the resistance. They are the dusters. Clear is the blood of the servants, of the crushed, of the invisible. They are the ghostings. Is that rule about to come to an end? I've heard nothing but good things about this book. It sounds absolutely amazing. This cover is stunning, and the end papers are also so pretty, and I cannot wait to read this one. It sounds so good, and again I've heard so many amazing things about it. And then the final physical book is Our Crooked Hearts by Melissa Albert, and it just says on the front here, in our family we keep our magic close but our secrets closer. That's all I really know, that's all I really want to know, because I have read Melissa Albert's other work in terms of The Hazelwood and The Night Country, really enjoyed those. I've also got Tales from the Hinterland to read, but I'm hopefully reading that next month, and I cannot wait for it. And now I also cannot wait to read this one because I really like Melissa Albert's work and I cannot wait to see what she's going to do outside of the hinterland. And that is the tote bag emptied, but there is still the ebooks, so I'm not even going to try and justify it or anything. I'm just going to go straight through. So the first one was the next one in the Murderbot Diaries, which is Artificial Condition. This one is about a sentient AI robot who just wants to watch soap operas all day, but humans keep on wanting it to do its job and it's not happy about it. I read the first one, really enjoyed it, so I cannot wait to read the second one. I then got Fantastic Four Volume 7, 8 and 9. These are the final ones if I remember rightly, or there may be one more after this. It's heading towards the end now anyway of the Fantastic Four series that I've been reading, which is the current Fantastic Four run, and I love this series. It just fills me with a lot of joy because it's essentially just the Fantastic Four being a family, and it's slightly cheesy but it's really good fun, and like the kids are really funny, and like seeing like how they interact as a family and everything else, it just makes me really happy. So while it was on sale I picked up the next the next three so I can just sort of blast through it when I get 5 minutes and after I've read Empire, because the next one I have ties into Empire, so I need to read that first. But either way, still very excited to finally get to these and finally own them. I also got volume 2 of Bitterroot. This is a 1920s set Own Voices story about a black family in Harlem who hunt monsters. I loved the first volume when I read it last month, so I cannot wait to read this one and continue the story. I then also got volume 2 of The Wicked and the Divine, and this one is essentially about the gods who are reincarnated every 90 years. They live for 2 years and then they die after like 2 years of being really incredibly famous and like loved and adored. I loved and adored the first one, so I'm really excited to read this sequel. I then got Low volume 4, that is Outer Aspects of Inner Attitudes, and this is a dystopian book where global warming has destroyed the planet. Humanity is essentially just making the most of it while they can still survive on this dead planet, and one family we're focusing on has sent out a probe and has found a new planet to live on, and they're trying to convince people that we can actually live on this planet and to get some sort of get up and go to go there, while also trying to find all of their family members and come back together again, because they've been like kidnapped and sort of killed and all the rest of it all over the place. So they're trying to find each other, get back together again, heal their wounds and all the rest of it, while also trying to save humanity. I really love this series, so I'm so excited to read this next one. And I've just realised I keep on saying that, but I am genuinely excited to read all of these. I then got Spindle. This one is a Sleeping Beauty retelling. I saw it on Cara from Wild Book Garden's channel and she really liked it, so while it was on sale for like 99p I picked it up. The other one I got was The Wendy. This one is a Peter Pan retelling set in the 1700s, and Wendy has been allowed with a few other women into the Royal Navy and they are fighting magic. That's all I really know. I've just heard Cara talk about this a hell of a lot, so I really wanted to give it a go. I then have Paper Girls, the complete collection. I was originally borrowing all of this from the library, but my library takes frankly months to get any books in when I recommend them, so I decided to buy the complete collection while it was on sale to celebrate the fact that the TV show was coming out, because at this point I can't remember what happened in the last volume or the last few volumes. I can remember small bits but not that much. So what I wanted to do was buy the whole thing and then I can read it the whole way through in one go and figure out what's going on, because it's a very confusing series and you don't really start piecing the bits together until volume 4. And if I was waiting for my library to get hold of them, I would be still reading them like one every 6 months, which is not conducive when you've got this big series that's very convoluted. So long way round, it was on sale, I picked it up, I'm now very excited to read it the whole way through. I then also got Victor LaValle's Destroyer, which is an Own Voices modern retelling of Frankenstein, which just sounds brilliant. This one's been on my wishlist for a very long time. It was on sale, so again I bought it. I then also got The Life Giver. This one was actually recommended to me by a Twitter friend, and it's something about dreamers are being attacked by something despite being protected by the sun god, and a trio have to team up to save the city. That's all I can really remember, but they said it'd be right up my alley, and I trust their recommendations, so I'm very excited to see what this one's all about. I also got Darkwood, which is a fairy tale retelling featuring multiple fairy tales all sort of interweaving together. It's supposed to be really funny as a middle grade, and Hannah from Ladder M has talked about this series a lot, so I decided to pick it up again while it was on sale. I also got Seventh Bride. This one is a story about a commoner who must escape the creepy lord who wants to marry her, and she also has to save the 6 previous brides of this lord as well. This one's by T. Kingfisher. I've heard amazing things about this author, so I'm really intrigued to see how I feel about this author and whether or not I like this one. And then finally, this one will make Abby happy. I got Smiler's Fair. This one is set around a carnival where anything can happen, but it comes at a price. That's all I really know. Again, I've just heard Abby raving about this one recently, so I decided to pick it up again while it was on sale. And that is the end of my summer book haul. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me a book you're really excited to read soon, and I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a book stack emoji down below to let me know that you're here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics, which will have stuff about Black Widow, Doctor Strange, things like that on there if you are interested in that. I'll also leave a link as well down below to my Etsy and Redbubble store, which sells bookish merch like this tote bag actually, and the t-shirt I'm wearing, so if you are interested in any of that, check those out. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!